Hello everybody, today I'm out. I just moved my pigs and it's fall. The ground's starting to get wet. We're getting regular rain. So it makes moving animals, pigs, a little bit more challenging. I'm just waiting for the temperatures to be 20s at nighttime, low 30s during the daytime to process them. So moving them now becomes difficult because the ground's wet. The tractor doesn't really get enough traction to pull this easily, partially also because it is getting cold. I'm giving them a lot of hay to bed in, so they pack that hay in pretty good, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to drag this. So what I actually have to do is use my pickup truck with a winch on the front and the tractor to pick this up so it doesn't dig into the mud, the ground, and move it. It's a little bit of a process. So I'm only moving them every 3, 4, 5 days, depending on the amount of rain we get. But what I am doing is I'm covering the area, building like a nice pad with wood chips. These are the wood chips that come off my sifter. They're more coarse. Put that down first and then drag the house onto it, and then fill their sleeping area with hay. So like I said, that makes it a little harder to move it, but if not, they would just be covered in mud, and I don't think that's healthy for them either. So the wood chips absorb the manure and the urine and give them a little bit of dry from the mud. The hay helps keep them warm, gives them a little bit of something to eat, and they like to bed in it. They pretty much keep the hay in their little house there, and that's about it with that. So after I move them, I come in and cover the ground again with a really thin layer of wood chips, so the carbon will absorb the urine and nitrogen from the urine, and the phosphorus and everything from their manure, and break it down here. I could come back and rake this up and compost it, but I probably won't. I'll probably just leave it here to break down and improve the soil. In the spring, I'll come in and rake this out so it's nice and flat again. Winter will smooth it some, but I'm doing this. It's a lot of extra, seems like a lot of extra work, and it is, because I don't want any of this pig waste manure to run off into my neighbors, into the creeks, streams, rivers. So we can use the carbon in the wood chips and the hay to absorb all that and keep it in the soil here to feed the soil biology and the microbes. This area is not going to ever be a garden, but if I wanted to, that would probably make a great garden. It's going to be pasture area for pigs in the future, meat chickens, and when we have some calves, I'll probably have this fenced off with electric fence also by then, and be able to bring them in here. And even though it's not huge, it's only probably about an acre, a little over maybe, can graze it. So the grass production will pick way up, and it could be a training area. A lot of things I can use this for. So, but right now I'm just dealing with the weather, time of year, and trying to take the best care of the animals that I have. And this seems to be the best system to do that for my situation. Yeah, if I had a barn to put them in, that might be better, but I don't, and this is what I have. So one thing that I will mention about this pig tractor is I didn't build this, I bought it, and the guy did a very good job. I'm not complaining about that, but One definite thing I need to improve is after these pigs are out of here, I need to raise the sides, because even without this deep layer in here, they get up on that rail. That's why I have this fence and this over it to keep them in. They get up on that rail, and that's hog fence, and it's hog fence height. But I think because that hard rail is there, it gives them something to climb up on, and they did get out. So I took old junky hog fence and put it across the top. I don't like that. I'm not in love with it, but it is working to keep them in. And, you know, once we get out of this situation, to address that problem. The other thing is clearing out the garden right now. So all the waste from up there, tons of bok choy that I didn't sell, that's all going to feed them. Beds of radishes. Weather got cold, I didn't get stuff covered, and I decided to take the rest of this fall and get my garden to where it needs to be, instead of scrambling to grow vegetables into late November, covering and uncovering and neglecting the garden. So the pigs are having a smorgasbord. The other day I fed them an entire cooler of carrots. There's only so many carrots that I can use. So that's where we are with that. They're eating more than just pig feed and hay right now. A lot of garden cleanup. I don't have any in here right now, but anyway, that's where we are with the pigs. Carbonaceous diaper, as Joel Salatin would call it, capturing all of the goodness that comes out of the backside of them to build soil, take care of my land, and eventually, after I rake this out and grass comes back, we'll never even know they were here visually as far as the landscape goes or ground, but we'll definitely know by the amount of vegetation that will grow in this area. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you.